Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a good one. So woke up this morning, tons on the plate. Let's dig in. All right, Coinbase has been operating in Netherlands without being registered. The registration process started in March 2020, and they didn't comply. So right now they got hit with a $3.6 million fine. I'm pretty sure they'll shake it off and they'll become compliant. I wish they would do it the other way, become compliant, then start operating in the country. I think they have enough money in the bank to be able to do it that way. A lot of companies, when they enter a market, they try to avoid certain things. Why? Because it's money up front, and you don't know if you're going to make money in the space. Not saying that that's what they did, but in a lot of cases, that is what happens. Robinhood had their Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook accounts used. Let's just say they were usurped. They were taken over and used to actually promote a scam. Now, Binance was able to capture the scam accounts, as well as the reaction from Robinhood's team they were able to stop that within minutes. So that's actually a pretty good reaction. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to do, a lessons learned and try to turn around and see, well, how did that happen? What did they actually get access to? Do they have access to anything else? But not bad for a reaction to a problem like that. So, but it does still point out there are security problems going around. You can ask the guy who's the CEO of Proof. They're a company that specializes in NFTs. He had $1.1 million stolen. So sorry about that, Kevin. Hope your day gets better. Goldman Sachs. If you don't know what Goldman Sachs is, you're not really an investor, right? You don't have to work with them, but you should know who Goldman Sachs is. Anyway, Goldman Sachs says that Bitcoin is the number one asset year to date. Gold on their chart that they published is number 4. I want you to think about that for a minute. Peter Schiff, Jim Flip Flop Kramer all tell you, get out of Bitcoin, go to gold. You would have made money, just not as much money had you put your same money into Bitcoin. Just saying. I find it to be funny. Elizabeth Warren, have a lot of respect for the U.S. senator, but I think she's dead wrong when it comes to crypto. I think she's dead wrong in the approach that the SEC is taking. She thinks the SEC should go even harder. She has a thing where, she believes it's a good thing that they went after celebrities like Kim Kardashian. They went after other firms, for doing what they did. And I sit back and I kind of go, where was the SEC when the banking industry blew up? What person or persons got in trouble? I don't recall. I'm not saying there weren't any, but I really don't recall singular people being called out and being brought to task. I saw the banking industry get bailed out. So going after celebrities for, being paid to promote, it's not that Kim Kardashian and others didn't say, hey, this is an ad, I'm being paid for this ad. It's that they didn't do it the right way. Think about that. In any other industry, they did it the right way. But in this case, Kim Kardashian did not. And Elizabeth Warren thinks that's okay. I think that the SEC, CFTC, and other agencies should definitely add guardrails for crypto. But I don't think that they should be going after crypto any harder or any softer than they go after the traditional banking industry. I think there are things that we can do, and we can find a good middle ground for ensuring that bad actors are taken to task and that good actors and innovators are rewarded. Just saying, let's get with the program already. Nike, as you know, has, their swoosh metaverse, and they're announcing or have announced a $5,000 contest where the winner would actually also be able to collaborate with their team to create the one-to-one sneaker, the one-off sneaker in their multiverse, well, in their metaverse. That's actually pretty cool, because I think in the future you're going to see that your fit in the metaverse is going to matter, and that's going to be a big space, and they're there already. Now, UAE, I reported the other day that the UAE and Saudi Arabia are looking to register to join BRICS, the BRICS nations. Now, in doing so, they're also looking into virtual assets. Why? Because they are dead serious about reducing their reliance on the US dollar. You should really pay attention to that. The dollar was based on gold. Then we decoupled from gold, cut a deal with Saudi Arabia, and created the petrol dollar. Well, guess what? That deal's done. That means that we're straight up just a fiat, and the US dollar is just a fiat and not based on anything at the moment, just that we're the United States. We should all be thinking about that. Axie Infinity, great gaming platform in the metaverse. Great, just platform building out different games, different solutions, things like that. They took a serious hit last year. This year, they're up 48%. Now, if you look at Axie Infinity, it's a game. They create games. And the games, for all intents and purposes, were not perfect. Gamers are, finicky. But they're trying to do their thing, and they're experiencing a comeback. The question is, will that comeback last? They're going to have to create games that address concerns of gamers. Are they interesting? Do they have to hold land? Just different things that make the environments that they're creating more fun for those gamers. I have to tell you, I think they're going to do well. I think they will address those concerns. I think they'll come up with some creative games, and I think it'll mean something. I say this because they are in the metaverse, and I keep telling people the metaverse is going to be a big deal. I am a member of the Metaverse Council, and we're trying to build out interoperability standards for the metaverse. It's a very big deal. Bored Ape Yacht Club has experienced a big surge in profits for their NFTs. Porsche, after getting hit on the chin for their NFT project, the floor price of their NFTs up 180%. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a trend where you see a price get set for NFTs and then it tanks and then they start to come back. But I think the NFT space is proving that, hey, it's back in the spotlight and we should be paying attention to it. There are a lot more uses for NFTs, and I keep saying it. As you do your own research into projects, NFTs, Web3, Metaverse, payment platforms, all of that, as you do your research, pay attention to how things are being used. Pay attention to where the money flows are. Pay attention to what that money is doing. I've invested a lot of money in payments. We have a good payments platform that includes credit cards, PayPal. We're about to add Stripe to that mix, and we also have cryptos. So when we build an e-commerce platform for a company, we can just flick a switch and turn on cryptos, the same way we can flip a switch and turn on PayPal. So it's just an idea that when you do your own research, start thinking ahead. Don't just research here and now. When you look at the news that I report, I'm not just telling you about the here and now. I'm also telling you about what's going to affect the future. Something else that I still have in back of my head with regard to the future is Polygon's deal with Disney. I've been doing a lot of research on Disney figurines, and I actually own a lot. The whole NFT space can be huge for Disney. It can be even larger for Disney. I think it's $1 billion. I have to look at the video that I did a while ago. I think it's $1 billion space, but we should pay attention. If you're interested in Voyager, I would not be touching that right now because they just got the deal with Binance, and I don't know what Binance is going to do. That's not something I want to play with right now. If you're, already involved, then you're going to have to wait to see what Binance does. All right. Hope that helps. Anyway, you know what? Let's get to the numbers because the numbers are interesting. Let's see. All right, let me refresh my screen. There you go. All right, so who's failing? You know my 5% rule, and there's nothing going on there that tells you that 5% is in play. What we do have is a bunch of winners on this side, but let's see who I would actually be interested in. ApeCoin. Just got finished talking about that. Up 11%. Phantom up 12%. Let's see who else I'm paying attention to in this list. Optimism up 14%. Optimism was up yesterday too, so we should be paying attention to to these coins that are being up, in this space. I have not done a look at Mina Protocol. Somebody whispered it in my ear a few days ago, but it's up 16%. I do start to pay attention to the top 100. And as you can see, Mina Protocol is within the top 100, being at number 79, according to CoinMarketCap. Let's see who else is in here that I pay attention to. Nobody. And that's it. Let's go over to the other numbers. So if you look at the Fear and Greed Index, it's at 54. We were at 52, then 51, now at 54. People are gaining confidence, stronger and stronger confidence in the crypto space. I should hope so, because you have a lot of people pounding the pavement right now, and I think crypto is going to be a space that can actually help them. DeFi Llama back up. Remember, yesterday it was at about 60 billion. Today it's almost at 62 billion in terms of total value locked in the DeFi space. Let's close that. And as we look at Bitcoin, we did, if you look at my top bar, this top blue bar right here, I told you 23,417 is the number that I'm paying attention to for Bitcoin. It did pop above that number, but it was just a pop. Remember what I told you? I needed to sustain above that number before I start worrying about my 25,210 number. All right. I'm not worried about anything in the 24,000. Some people are talking about 24,005. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the next number, which is 25,210, and I really won't be paying attention to that until we can sustain a level above 23,417, because that to me will be the trigger that we will go above 25. Okay. And I told you before, I've got numbers beyond that. So the next number for me would be about 28,000 or 28,028. I did not go beyond that too far at 31,579. All right. But these are the things that I'm paying attention to as we continue moving forward. But again, we've got to be able to sustain above 23,417. But with all the bad news that's going on, you've got to hand it to the crypto space, because it has not just maintained, it has gone up. So we're moving sideways right now, but I think there's more to come. Now, if I wanted to take a big picture look at everything that's going on, you can actually see it here. Ethereum yesterday was in the 1,500 space. Now it's back above 1,600. That's a great thing, because it took a dip bigger than Bitcoin took a dip yesterday, and now it's coming back a little bit stronger, as you can see, from a 1.2% rise for Bitcoin and a 3.46% rise for Ethereum. If you want to see it on a list, again, pay attention to all the numbers going across 1 hour, 24 hour, 7-day, 30-day, 90-day, and year to date. Pay attention to all of that, because taking those numbers in different ways will give you a different picture when it comes to a specific, investment opportunity. All right. So that's what I'm paying attention to. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope my research helps you along your journey. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.